What is up, guys? It's your boy Suplex Network here, coming back at you again for another video, and today we have got a very exciting video. Today I am partnering up with NLW to bring you a fantasy draft. So if you haven't already subscribed to NLW's channel, be sure to go subscribe to him. The top link in the description will be over to his channel where you can check out part 2 of this draft, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already on his channel. So the rules for this draft is that both of us have picked our rosters consisting of 20 superstars. Now those superstars we picked must have at least wrestled once between the years of 2010 and 2020. So in this video you will see my top 10 and NLW's top 10, and then head over to his channel where you see the rest of the rosters be picked. In the description there will be a poll where you can go online and vote for who you think has the best, most stacked roster, and also NLW and SNA will host a fantasy pay-per-view in a future video where you'll get to vote on who has the best card. But for now, we are here to pick our rosters. So the first pick, joining Suplex Network as pick number 1 in the overall draft, is none other than CM Punk. He is the best in the world for a reason, and here he is joining Suplex Network. I picked him for number 1 because he was the best through 2010 through to when he left in, I believe, 2014, 15. But yeah, he was the top guy, and he's going to be one of the top guys in my division.
Yo, what's up guys, it's No Limits Wrestling, NLW here. Thank you to Suplex Network for challenging me to this fantasy draft. That is a solid choice for your first pick, I must say, but for my first pick, I'm going to go with a former WWE and AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley. He's better than he's ever been right now in AEW, and I think as someone who is versatile in different styles, he'd fit in any capacity on the card. He could be in death matches, he could be in solid main event matches, he could even be helping the younger talent we've seen with Will Hobbs and Darby Allin in AEW, so that is why I have chosen him for my first pick.
The second pick, joining Suplex Network, is one of the guys that is a dream opponent of mine to face CM Punk, and that is the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now he is probably the best wrestler of all time. He has got the great charisma, he's got great in-ring ability, and he could have a great match with literally anyone you put him up against. And so he is joining Suplex Network.
For pick number 2, he is truly a legend in wrestling. He is rapper, turned Marine, turned Fruity Pebble. His name is John Cena. Now he gets a lot of hate, but in more recent years, I've grown to appreciate just how good John Cena is on the mic and in the ring, constantly putting out great performances against indie darlings AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. I think Cena is a crucial addition to any roster, and that's why he's my second pick.
And joining Suplex Network is the Extreme Enigma, Jeff Hardy. Now Jeff left the WWE in 2009, but he did return a few years ago, 2017 I believe, so this does count. He was a wrestler, he's wrestling right now obviously, and yeah, he's damn good. He's one of the fan favorites, he's one of my personal favorites of my childhood and of course of now. He's an amazing wrestler, and he is going to join my roster.
Jeff Hardy was actually my next pick, which sucks, but it is what it is. I'm going to have to think outside the box here. So with that in mind, my next pick is Kenny Omega, AEW workhorse. He's proven himself in the tag division and has had legendary matches with Okada in New Japan. Might be a controversial one though, but in my opinion, awesome wrestler. Glad to have him on the NLW roster.
My fourth pick in the division is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Probably one of my favorites of the 2010s era, and that is Rey Mysterio. Now, yes, Rey Mysterio is a phenomenal athlete. Sorry, AJ, for using your gimmick there, but Rey Mysterio is amazing, and yeah, I had to snatch him up in my top 5. Rey Mysterio is the GOAT.
Now I'm changing it up a bit for number 4, want to get a bit more character into my roster, so I'm going to choose The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. I love the goofy supernatural gimmicks in wrestling and all those spooky wrestlers, so I think the viciousness of The Fiend is something I want to add to my roster. Also, maybe could incorporate Firefly Funhouse Bray, we shall see, but The Fiend, my next pick.
Rounding out my top 5 is an NXT superstar and Tommaso Ciampa. He is just psycho. The gimmick he could have in my fantasy draft would be just a madman, kind of like what he's doing on NXT, but I'll just turn the volume up times 10 and I'll just make him go on a rampage. It's good to have a variety of, we've got great wrestlers. Tommaso Ciampa is a great wrestler, but he's just got that crazy gimmick, and I really needed that for my roster.
Well, if you're going to take Tommaso Ciampa, I hope you forgive me for screwing you over, because I'm going to pick Johnny Gargano, the heart and soul of NXT. Great babyface, turned evil heel. I think Gargano has a real likable quality to him. I think he would be a top babyface on NLW, at least maybe going up the ranks in my roster against your show, and he's got great skill in the ring, so for that reason, he's pick number 5.
The 6th pick joining Suplex Network is the rated R superstar Edge. Now this Edge was based off 2011, I believe, when he faced off at WrestleMania, and I think I would have him a heel. I'd go back to the rated R gimmick, make him be just a monster heel. He would be probably my top heel in my division. So yeah, Edge is going to be the top heel going into Suplex Network.
For number 6, I'm going to choose the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and I may have found a bit of a loophole with the rules, as he retired in 2010 and has actually wrestled in that awful Crown Jewel match that we all want to forget, but in my Fed, you're getting Prime HBK, living legend, the showstopper, the main event. He is a welcome addition to my roster.
My next pick is one of Edge's longtime feuds, one of his rivals, and that is the Dead Man, The Undertaker. Now, the figure doesn't suit the time frame, but hey, I don't have a 2010s Undertaker, so this one's gonna have to do for the time being. Yeah, Undertaker, I mean, what more do I say? It's the Undertaker. You put him into your roster and bam, it's stacked already. He is just a draw name. He's one of the main event superstars. I'd love to see him feud with Jeff Hardy. They had that match on Monday Night Raw once years ago and it was insane, so I'd try and recreate that.
You know, I've got a couple of lightweight wrestlers in my roster, so I need to add more beef, and that's why I'm adding the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He's going to show up, hit some suplexes, take his money, and go home like a boss, and I'm all for it. He is next in line for NLW.
My 8th pick in this fantasy draft is the Game, Triple H. Now, in the 2010s to 2020, he didn't really have such a amazing run. He kind of was on the way out. I think he had a match at WrestleMania with Sheamus in 2010. But yeah, he didn't really do much, but I guess he's kind of can be booked however I want him to be booked, so I can just book him back to the way he was and just make him just a badass again. So I'd have him be a heel.
Now my next pick isn't exactly on the good side of the last person I chose, Brock Lesnar. He's the original bro, Matt Riddle. Dude is chill, he'll kick your head in, and I like his intensity and smoothness on the mat game, so for that reason, good technical wrestler, also great personality. He's in my next pick.
Pick number 9 in this draft for me is the king of the cruiserweights, Neville. Now, yes, we needed more high-flying, just charismatic guys on my roster, and another heel, and that is Neville. I just love the way he goes about it. He does just such amazing moves, and I just want to see him do some cool moves with the likes of Tommaso Ciampa, with the likes of Rey Mysterio, CM Punk, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, you name it. He is going to have some sick matches with all of these guys.
Neville is one of my favourite wrestlers, so that one stings a bit, but instead, I'm going to pick someone completely different and go with Bill Goldberg, your favourite Universal Champion and mine. Right, okay, I like Goldberg, okay? If you disagree, go and watch his match against Lesnar at WrestleMania 33, or even his Halloween Havoc match against DDP. Enough said. He's explosive, his matches may be short, but they're impactful. That's why Goldberg is added to my roster.
And then my last pick number 10 for this video. Of course, I've got 10 more picks over on NLW's channel, so go check it out on there. But my last pick on this video is the one and only. It is Ricochet. So again, like Neville, I wanted a high-flying guy. I want my mid-card division to be just as good as my main event level talent. So I'm going to get these guys that really deserve to be on that next level in my mid-card. So the guys like Rey Mysterio, Tommaso Ciampa, Neville, Ricochet, these are going to be like battling out on the main event and the mid-card, I should say. Just really solidifying my mid-card championship.
Right now we come to the end of this video. Pretty much we got number 10 to finish my part of the draft. I'm picking a former Universal and NXT champion, the Prince, Finn Balor. Very good with his feet. Hasn't seen a carb in his life. And the Demon is pretty neat too, so that earns him a spot on my roster. He can mix it up with guys like Goldberg perhaps, or Lesnar, or even Johnny Gargano. Pretty flexible as well, where I could put him on the card. And for that reason, Balor is my last pick.
So those are both of our top 10 picks going into this draft. Now, that is not yet over. I've got my 2 championship belts to be revealed. Now, NLW will reveal his on his channel, but mine will be revealed right here. So my mid-card title for this fantasy draft is none other than the Intercontinental Championship. Just a lovely designed belt. I love this title. It just screams my childhood, this belt, and I just had to have it back for this fantasy draft. And the main championship will be the WWE Championship, and it will be in the form of the Winged Eagle Championship. Now, this is a marvelously designed belt, and I don't think it gets the love it deserves in the Mattel form. They haven't been using and making this as much as they should be at the moment. But yeah, please Mattel, give us more of these belts. That's beside the point, but yeah, that is my 2 belts. And that is the top 10 draft picks for SNA and NLW. This is just a fantasy draft, guys. Don't expect this to be like our shows are going to change. This is just a fantasy draft, completely for fun. So check out part 2 on NLW's channel, and once you've checked that out, go in the comments below and vote in the poll. Whose roster do you think is the best? Anyway, guys, this has been Suplex Network. If you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know what to do. This is Suplex Network, signing out. Peace.